In this video, I'm going to go over the WordPress editor and some alternative options that are available to the WordPress editor that could make your life creating content in WordPress a lot more enjoyable. Hey, this is Adam over at Preiser.com, bringing you how-tos for digital entrepreneurs. And in this video, I wanted to look at some of the new content editors that are coming out for WordPress. I've seen several plugins come out recently, and they're kind of impressive, and they solve a problem that isn't being addressed by WordPress. And that problem is the editor to create posts or pages is a bit outdated and neglected, and the way that content is now delivered on web pages in WordPress, it doesn't really meet the need that most of us have. For maybe a basic site, it's okay, but if you want to add some additional elements like buttons and different formatting elements like columns, it is not really a solution that meets those needs. And so other developers have been developing some WordPress plugins to solve these problems. Now, in this video, I'm going to compare the basic WordPress editor. I'm going to compare it to Visual Composer, which is baked into a lot of websites, and it's a tool that people have become accustomed to working with page layouts, and a new contender that just came on the scene, which is from a company called Thrive Themes, and it's called their content builder, and I'm going to look at that and I'll do the install with that. So let's take a look at them now. What I have open right now is the standard WordPress editor. You've seen this before. You put a title here and you start typing your content here. Now what happens though if you want to have a 3-column layout, or you wanted to add some design element like a buy button or something along those lines, or maybe a testimonial box? You really don't have those options. Now what some WordPress themes have done to overcome it, they have a series of shortcodes which are very clunky to deal with. So the next evolution of that was this company here called Visual Composer, and that's the name of the product. Now let me scroll down to the bottom. Visual Composer, you're still working out of the WordPress back end. You add rows and then you add elements to your content. I actually have it pulled up right here. So the way you work with Visual Composer is if you have no content on your page, you're presented with these options. Your first step is to add a row. And then after you add your row, choose the way that you want it, the way it's split, whether it be 3 columns or the different ways that you could have it split up. So if I wanted a 2-column, I would click on that. And so now we see it separated here. Then you click on Add Element, and here's all the various elements that you can add to it. So it's pretty exhaustive, the amount of elements that are available. So if I wanted some text, I would click on that, and then I would add my text, and then I would click Save. And now my element is locked in this box here. You can drag this box up or down or move it around wherever you want it. But if I want to edit this, I then have to go click on this edit button right here. And see, this is where it starts getting complicated. There's all these settings for this grid to modify this shortcode. It's just kind of clunky and complicated to work in. I just want to edit my text. So Visual Composer, built into a lot of themes. I personally don't like it. Let's now take a look at Thrive Themes. What Thrive Themes has done is they've built a more intuitive content builder that I think is going to kind of be the standard for content editing in WordPress. I'm going to install the plugin right now for the first time. It's a pretty standard plugin installation. Install it just as you would any normal plugin. After you upload it, just go ahead and click on Activate. And now if you move your cursor under Settings, there's a new option that says Thrive Content Builder. This is where you'll enter your email address and license key. Click on Activate License, and now it's active. So let's see what it's like to create a post using this new content builder. When you go to your new post or page, click on the button that says Edit Using Thrive Content Builder. You'll be presented with a warning that says you actually need to create the page before you can use Thrive Content Builder. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a post and click on Publish. Now that I've created my post, I can click on Edit Using Content Builder. And then what it does is it opens it up right away in a new tab, and it's a what you see is what you get editor. First, we have a list of simple content elements here, which is just text, image, buttons, some credit card icons, or some custom HTML. Beneath that, we have multi-style elements, which is column layouts, content boxes, styled lists, etc., etc. And then beneath that, we have advanced elements, a pricing table, tabbed content, feature grid, etc., etc. So why don't I go ahead and experiment with making a button first. So I'm going to drag it where I want it. And there's the button. And then when I click on it, this is what's really nice. It's true, what you see is what you get. And it's very intuitive. I click on the element and I can start editing this element right then and there. So I can make my button blue to kind of match this blue theme. There's different styles of buttons. Here's a rounded style. I'll stick with the square style though. You can change the width of it to whatever size fits your content. If you want it to take up the full width, you can click on full width and it will span the whole section. You can change the text on the button. Right here you could put the link in and choose if you wanted to open a new window or do a no follow. If I wanted to add credit card icons, I can click on that. And you can see that was created very fast. You can also click on these payment icons and choose what you want there as well. So if I don't accept Discover, I can uncheck and there it is. So you can see how easy that was. Let's try something else. Let's add a guarantee box. If you see an arrow next to the element, that means there's multiple options there. So when I click on guarantee box, I have a little drop down. I'll try style 1. And here is style 1. If I don't like style 1, I can just click X to remove that and then try a different style. There we go. That style kind of fits with the website that I'm doing this on. Now I want to reorder this because I'd like my guarantee box above payment button. There we go. It's all rearranged now. If I want to edit any text, all I have to do is click on it and all my formatting options appear. Above that, why don't I add a testimonial? And I've got multiple options with testimonials, with a picture and without a picture. I don't happen to have a picture handy, so I'm going to go ahead and choose one without a picture. I was trying to rearrange it, and you can see it didn't rearrange the way that I wanted it, so I can click on this undo option, and then it reverses that change I made. One thing I'm noticing that I don't like is when I'm dragging and dropping an element, it's not so easy to get it to be the top element. Maybe that's because most people work from the top down, but it would be nice if that worked easier. So as you can see, when I try to pull this up, there it is. Maybe it's just me doing things wrong. And it's the same thing if I want to edit the text. I can click into the element and start typing, and I can edit this information here as well. Wow, this is so easy to work with. This is nice. I didn't realize this. I can click right here and add the image even though I chose a style without an image. As you can see, I can go on and on with these different content elements, but you see how simple and intuitive this is to work with. It's as close to a what you see is what you get interface that is available today. When you're done making your edits, all you have to do is click on Save Changes. If you want to see what it looks like on the live site, all you have to do is click on Preview. This is the live site right here. As you can see, everything's perfectly laid out. I really got to say, this is very easy to work with, very intuitive. I didn't have to read a manual in order to figure out how to work with it. And that's why I think this is the new trend for content editing in WordPress, and I think that this is really a concept that's going to catch on. Now, what I've done is included a link below for more information on this WordPress plugin. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching this video, and see you next time.